Hello guys! Welcome back to Beckzilla Builds, episode 8. I'm so excited! So the results are in, and you guys voted on the Vineyard and Inn, which is kind of what I was hoping for, because I have so many ideas! I'm so excited. So, let me walk you through the plans. We are on the bridge that we built last episode. And as you can see, I've been planting some trees to gather materials, but I kind of have a little bit of like a planned out walkway here, and I'm going to do a bit of terraforming, level some stuff out. But we're going to kind of go around the river, like along the riverside here. And then here, again, got to do some terraforming. It's not going to be this chunky. We're going to have the entrance to the vineyard, and we're gonna have a big, wide, dramatic road, and we're probably either gonna have like trees on both sides, or we'll have the actual like vineyard with the fields of grapevines. And you're gonna go down this big, wide, dramatic road, and there's gonna be like a courtyard sort of thing here with a big fountain in the center. And over here is where I want to have the inn. So it's going to be sizable. It's going to be fairly large because I want to have enough room to have rooms. I want to have enough room to actually have a large number of guests. Fictional, of course, but you know. It wouldn't just be, oh, 2 or 3 people come here. This is probably going to be the only place to stay in miles, unless you know a farmer in this area. So if you're coming from that way, and you're headed that way, and you're traveling thousands of blocks, I want this to be the place you can stay for a night. We're also going to have like a cellar under here. That's a little sneak peek at how much terraforming I did. And I think, or not really a cellar, but like a downstairs underneath the inn for like specialty wine tastings, or like a little bar sort of place. It's gonna be real fancy, very exclusive. And then over here, I want to have winery, vineyard things. And I don't really know, I haven't laid anything out because I don't really know how I'm going to make those look, or what they really look like in real life. So today, I'm going to be gathering materials for the stuff I do know I want to build. And I'm going to be doing research. Today is a research day. Today is a, what does that look like? How do I make it in Minecraft look good type day. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I will bring you guys back in when I have more planned, possibly more done, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've done some work. I don't know if you can really tell. I've done a lot of terraforming through here. It's a whole lot more flat. I've started gathering materials, which is why there's half cut down trees and berry bushes everywhere. Let me show you what I've got. We have a lot of sweet berries. We have a lot of leaves. I have a horse. I think he's actually in here, but for whatever reason, I get off the horse and the horse goes invisible, so I might have to relog here in a minute. And I do have some name tags actually over at the house, so I need to name my horse, which I realize you can't see him. Give me cool horse names. It's a horse. He's brown. Got some granite, and this is all gonna be for like pathways and stuff, and this is gonna go underneath our berry bushes. And I started fiddling around in a creative world to figure out the block palette I want to use. And I figured it out. But it calls for jungle wood and a lot of clay. And I haven't found a jungle and I haven't found a mesa yet. So I think we're not gonna get to that this episode, which means that I gotta find something else to show you. So my plan is to get this like courtyard space kind of done and get our big road out to that way done, and then start on some of the crops that are going to be in this area, which we're going to have berry bushes probably along this entire area over here, and then over there we're going to start having the actual vineyard grapevine stuffs. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna get to work and I'll bring you guys back in when I've got some actual progress to show you. Well, hello there. I've just got my little feetsies in my fountain in the middle of my courtyard. And look, we even have an entrance. Ooh, let me show you. So, I did the courtyard. It's a little flat. Like, I varied the blocks quite a bit. But texture-wise, it's still pretty flat. So I might add stairs or some slabs. We'll see. And I made this fountain. Ta-da! I might change out the base for it because it kind of blends in. Or I might, like 2 or 3 blocks out from this, make a ring of grass and have it be like a flower garden centerpiece fountain thing. Maybe? I don't know. I started planning out my inn a little bit. Again, that's gonna have to wait till next episode because I gotta travel a really long way for some materials and I don't do it this episode. So, but I'm really proud of this. I get a lot. Some of my trees need a little bit of work, especially these two. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with these big trees. And we have a gate and a walkway. I like it. The gate I'm not super happy with, primarily because the iron bars don't look all that great. And that's just because I'm in vanilla texture pack. Eventually, I want to play around with texture packs in this world, and I'm thinking about doing like a 100 subscriber special where we look around at everything in different texture packs and play around and see what we like. So, you know, maybe share with your friends and we'll get to play with texture packs later. Fun. And I hung lanterns from the trees. I guess the modern equivalent of this would be like twinkle lights, which a lot of touristy places like to put twinkle lights in places. Because when you come here, it's supposed to be special. So that's the entrance. Very fancy. Really fun to ride the horse down, actually. And next we're gonna work on a field. This field. This one. So eventually we're gonna get the grapevines done along the other side and along the back part there. But for today, we're gonna do a sweetberry field. Partially because there are like blackberry wines and raspberry wines and stuff like that. And also because sweetberry wine just sounds good. So we're gonna have a sweetberry field and we will have some sweetberry wine at this winery, which I think will be nice. So let me show you what we're doing. Let's go, be 6 blocks from, let's go a little further. Let's go about 8 blocks from there. Do I have any regular dirt? Second. Yeah. And we're gonna make kind of a line, kind of it's gonna be a little random. It's not gonna be perfect, but a line of sorts. See, I think we want to go out here, maybe? and have some coarse dirt to plant sweet berries on, and that'll give some variation in the ground and also look like the bushes drop leaves every now and then, berries and such. Kind of random, not really perfect. Let's see. Gonna get to be nighttime, all the spooky scaries are gonna come out, chase after me. Rest of this coarse dirt down. We'll run to the bed. We'll plant our sweetberry bushes. And now for our sweetberry bushes. And that's going to be one row, and we're going to have a singular block in between rows, and they will be 2 wide each row, and it's going to go all the way across to down there. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that. And we're back, and we're on horseback because I want to show you guys what it's like to ride in to our entrance here and see our farms. I love that. Now I realize that if you're running in through here, you're probably not really going to be paying a lot of attention to that field, but it adds a lot of dimension and something out of the corner of your eye. And it's going to be mirrored over on this side by grapevines, which aren't going to be as colorful as the sweet berries because I can't really figure out how to make little tiny purpley red dots other than sweet berries. But it'll still look really cool when you're coming through here and you have fields on both sides. I think that'll really kind of set this in place. I have decided, after thinking about it, that I am in fact not happy with my big trees. They look kind of bland and boring, chunky, and I think, I think I'm gonna make custom trees, but that's not something I've really done before, and it's, as far as I'm aware, not something I'm good at. So I'm probably gonna have to practice in a creative world and futz around and do a lot of like shape work. But my idea for it is that they're gonna be wider along the top, and they're gonna kind of cover this in more of a canopy and be maybe even have like Spanish moss hanging off of them or something. But they're definitely going to be darker, and I don't know. I've got to work on them. I'm not happy with them at the moment, but I am happy with the peek through of our berry field as you're going by. So let me show you. Unfortunately, my time lapse didn't capture the entirety of the making of our field, because technology failed me, unfortunately. But we have paths now. These are kind of smaller. We have a border that goes in between the farm and the rest of the world. And I will tell you that these one-wide walkways in between berry bushes are a little bit precarious. If you exit, yep, see, there you go. Yep, oops, ow. So, we're probably not going to be wandering through this field very often. But the paths along the backside are a good bit wider. And I think this is where we might have like a wagon or some barrels, some stuff that indicates that berries are being gathered on a regular basis, sort of thing. And I think we're gonna have this wide path kind of go along the back of all of our buildings, because I want the vineyard to, we might put a little bit of vineyard stuff back here. There's not a whole lot of room. But I think I want the vineyard to go back that way a bit, and we want to have big paths for the gathering of grapes and berries and stuff. So we'll add those. These buildings are going to be winery buildings. They're kind of close to the inn, but the idea is that some wealthier folk might pay a little extra to ooh and ah over fermentation barrels and the bottling process, and ooh, look, aging barrels, ooh, fancy. But we'll get into these buildings. I'm not sure if we'll get into them next episode, but we'll definitely get into them at some point, and I have a lot of really cool details planned for those. And then these new buildings have popped up since the last time we talked, and there's this one here, and it's mirrored block for block on the other side, and those are going to be stables, so that the people that come to see the vineyard or stay at the inn have a place to put their horse. We might make some spaces to put carts or wagons, but I'm pretty pleased with that idea as well, and it kind of closes in our courtyard a little bit, because before that would have just been empty space, so I'm pleased with that. And I did decide to put a ring of grass around our fountain to distinguish it from the rest of the courtyard, which means that I have a dirt bridge. Come on, grass. Come on, you can do it. You're getting there. It's getting there. But unfortunately, that is going to be all for this episode of Beckzilla Builds. I've got to go gather materials from faraway lands. We might go through the Nether. But where I decided I want a Nether portal for this area landed right in a fortress. And I'm scared. I don't want to go in there. So we'll see. But that's going to be it for this episode. I'm really excited for the next episode. I have a lot planned, so be sure to tune in. Like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, all that jazz, and I will see you next time.